you know, the Lord has been putting it on my heart for a little bit to share this story because I feel like it may encourage someone or help someone, so I'm gonna share. So obviously you read the title of this video, and it's all about my journey with infertility, and in particularly having PCOS. Now, obviously my story, you know, ends in a positive note because I have two beautiful baby girls that I absolutely adore. But the journey to have those two beautiful babies, you know, wasn't so easy. So I thought I would share just to encourage someone. So I found out that I had PCOS back in 2010. Now let's just back up quite a bit. I've always had an irregular cycle since the moment I got my cycle when I was 11 years old. It was always told to me it was because I was an athlete, and that's why my period was irregular. Because I was in sports practically all of my life in school. So fast forward until it started, you know, becoming important that I got a cycle. Fast forward, you know, I married my husband in 2009, which was a dream come true. I love him so much. I will insert a couple pictures here. But I married my husband in 2009, and I knew I didn't want to have children right away, but I knew we wanted to have children, you know, sooner than later. So about a year after we've been married for about a year is when you know, we decided that we wanted to start trying to have children. And so I knew my period was still irregular at this point, and you know, I went to the doctor and I talked to my doctor about it, and she, you know, did the test, you know, the blood test, the blood work and all of that, and all of the signs pointed to PCOS. Now, I never had a problem with my weight, you know, during this time, like before I even realized I had PCOS, I never had a problem with my weight. And that was one thing that the doctor said, well, you know, you don't have a problem with your weight, but you know, you have other characteristics of PCOS, so you know, it's PCOS. I was devastated. I mean, I knew that there was something wrong, but I just thought I would be able to go to the doctor and she would give me some magic pill and boom, I would be able to just get pregnant like that, you know? And, you know, I think what hurt even more was like, I Googled it because I had never heard of PCOS at this point in time. I Googled it, and then when you Google things, you just start seeing and reading all types of stuff that pretty much scare the bejeebies out of you. So you know, I didn't know what to do. You know, part of me just wanted to just fall back and just, you know, rely on the Lord, because I was continuing to pray every single day for a healthy baby. You know, I prayed every single day for a healthy baby. But I knew that I had to take my health into my own hands. Like I couldn't just, you know, be upset about this and just go on and on and on and not go back to the doctor and do follow-ups and, you know, take the advice that she had given me. And the advice that she had given me was to get on metformin. She had me get on metformin. I was on metformin for about, I'd say 7 months or so. To help regulate my period, metformin, and I just remember it making me feel absolutely horrible. I hated the way it made me feel. It made me gain weight. And basically metformin is a drug that helps to control your blood sugar, because it's a drug that diabetics get on, and you know, PCOS is related to your insulin resistance and everything like that. Just so that if you didn't know. So I was on metformin. I hated the way it made me feel. It put a lot of pressure on my marriage, you know. It made me feel like I was just a failure. Like I could not give my husband a child. Like it made me feel like I couldn't do what I was put here to do. You know, it made me feel like I was less of a woman. And this whole time I kept it to myself. Like I didn't tell my mom, I didn't tell any of my friends, I didn't tell anybody. It was just between me and my husband. And so, like I said, that's a lot of pressure. I mean, it's a lot of pressure, and I give a lot of credit to my husband because he was so incredibly supportive. He never ever once It made me feel like I was a failure because I did that well enough. I put that kind of pressure on myself, but he always uplifted me, and I'm so thankful for him. So yeah, I was on metformin, and then my doctor suggested that I get these, I forget what it's called, it's been so long now, but I get this dye put into my tubes to clear my tubes out, because she said a lot of times, you know, that helps to get you pregnant. You know, because at this time, I think I was on Clomid too. At this time, I was taking metformin and Clomid. And anybody who has PCOS out there, you guys know what I'm talking about. I was on metformin and Clomid, and then she suggested that I get this dye injected in my tubes to clear my fallopian tubes. Now, I went to have this procedure done, guys, and I'm not gonna lie, it was painful. It was painful, but I held on to the idea that if this will help me, you know, produce a child, then I'm gonna do it. And I had been praying about this entire time. I kept praying that the Lord just led us to do the right things, to make the right decision about our infertility journey. I got this done, this very painful procedure done. I got it done. And again, I prayed and prayed and prayed. And meantime, in life with like friends and family, everybody was getting pregnant. Everybody, every single time I turned around, I had coworkers that were pregnant. My friends were pregnant. It's like, it was just like, I felt like it was just everywhere. And I felt like I just had no one to turn to. Like, even though I had my husband, I was just embarrassed to tell anybody in my real life that this was going on. Like, I was embarrassed because I felt like a failure, you know? And if it wasn't for such a positive YouTube community, and this is really when I really fell in love with YouTube, even though I had been watching YouTube videos for a really long time, primarily about beauty and hair and stuff like that. This is when I found a whole community of women who suffer from PCOS and had really great positive stories, and some of them were still on their journey at the time. And I remember I found Carla the Bubblush is her name, and if anybody who has PCOS, you probably already follow her, but anyway, her story just helped me so much through my journey and connecting with women online. And I think this is why the Lord had put it on my heart to share this story, to help anybody else who is going through something similar, or have gone through this, or is currently going through this. So anyway, I found this incredible, encouraging community online of women who were going through the same thing as me, and it made me feel better about myself to know that I'm not alone, and that it's okay, and that you're gonna be fine. And I knew that I was gonna have a baby one day, and I knew, and I trusted in the Lord's word that I was going to produce a child, you know? And so I prayed and prayed and prayed, and finally, after going through this for 10 months, excuse me, after going through this for 11 months, we got that positive test. And I remember feeling like, I just remember the world just stopping. I'm sorry. I remember the world stopping. Because God blessed me enough to impregnate me. Because God blessed me enough to carry a child. And I was so happy. I mean, I was like beyond thrilled to be blessed with such a wonderful gift, such a miraculous gift. One of the best gifts that you'll ever get. But as I went through this journey, it's like, you know, I had several scares when I was pregnant. I had to still be on the metformin, and like, you had to ease your way off of it. And I remember I started bleeding. And I thought, this is it. I remember I was at work and I started bleeding, and I remember falling to my knees in the bathroom stall, pleading pleading to the Lord to please let me keep this baby. But I was always thankful that I at least had that positive pregnancy test. And I was able to feel that experience. So immediately I called my husband, and we went to the doctor that day. She was able to squeeze me in. And they gave me an ultrasound and the baby looked fine. The baby was fine in there. They said it was some of my uterine wall, the lining of my uterine wall shedding, and that I needed some estrogen. They gave me a prescription, and I remember it was Friday. It was a Friday when they gave me the prescription, and by the time I got out of the doctor's office, it was like kind of late on a Friday evening. It was like maybe after 4. So I told them where to fill my prescription at, and I called. And when I called, they said, oh, I'm sorry, we don't have any of this, because it was like this liquid. It was not a liquid, it was like a gel estrogen that I had to literally insert, and I know this is TMI, but insert and put inside every day. And so they were like, oh, I'm sorry that we don't have this here. We can get it for you on Monday. And I said, no, please. I remember pleading with the woman, like, please, is there anything that you can do? I need this for my baby. Please, I will drive as far as I have to drive to any store, any location that you have to get this medication tonight. So the woman, praise the Lord for this woman, because she was like, you know what, hold on, I'm gonna call and find it for you. She called all the pharmacies around, not even just because I get my prescription filled at Publix. She called all the Publixes, she called all the CVS's, she called all the Walgreens, and she had me on hold the whole time. And she was like, oh, CVS has it for you, I sent the prescription over there. And I was like, oh, look at the Lord making a way. So I got the medication, and lo and behold, 10 months later, Zara came into this world.
Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Hi. Say hi. Hi, boo-boo. You look so pretty today. You look so pretty today. Talk to the camera. Say hi, everybody. Say hi. Say hi, boo-boo. Oh, I love you. They love you.
And I cannot even think of what my life would be like without her. You know, and exactly almost 2 years later, I had a complete surprise pregnancy with Ava. She was not planned, and I never thought I would be able to experience that either, having a surprise pregnancy. But look what the Lord can do. You know, I say all this to say, you know, hold on. If you are going through anything like this, or if you know someone who's going through this and you just don't know what to say, share this video with them, okay? I want you to hold on and pray. If you share the same faith as me, hold on to just the Lord's word and pray that the Lord prepares your life for the greatest blessing that you'll ever have. And trust me, you will come through. And I know there are plenty of women online who have gone through way worse journeys than me, way longer journeys than me, and I'm thankful that my journey wasn't as long. I'm thankful. I mean, some people can blink and become pregnant, you know, and that just wasn't in the cards for me. And I'm okay with that, because honestly, everything that I had to go through to have my children makes me just so appreciative and love every single moment with them. So that's pretty much it, guys. I know this is totally out of the ordinary for me, but I just felt like I wanted to give back to the community that helped me so much through I was trying to get pregnant. So like I said, share this with someone. who needs to hear it or needs some encouragement. That's why I really just didn't want to tell anybody, and I just wanted to deal with it on my own. But honestly, looking back, I wish I would have opened up, just so that I could have more people praying for me and encouraging me, and then maybe I wouldn't be so down on myself. So if you are going through this, don't look down on yourself. Don't put yourself any extra stress on yourself, and know that the Lord is gonna bless you when your time is right. So always hold on to that. Anyway, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching and sharing, and for allowing me to share this story with you. If you have any questions about it, or any questions in general, you can email me or leave me a message. You can email me through YouTube, whatever, however you want to contact me, I'm fine with. All my social media accounts are listed down below. So thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.